Hi, welcome to the AEC Bar. I'm back here with my colleague Peter Inkles, and we're here today to talk about a tool that's in the AEC collection that you might have seen on your installation screen but don't really know what it's for, a tool called vehicle tracking. So Peter, do you want to explain what it is, who it's for, what kind of things you can do with it?
So Autodesk vehicle tracking is an add-on on any of the Autodesk-based products. Could be plain AutoCAD, could be AutoCAD Civil 3D,
Okay.
and it's intended to do three different things. It allows you to do a sweat path analysis, which means if I have a design and I want to test if a specific vehicle can drive on that design, that's what the sweat path analysis does. This is not only applicable for road projects, because that's what a lot of people think, but it's applicable for everything that has wheels, really.
Yeah.
So we've done analysis of hospital beds to see if they can turn into a specific room, operation quarter, whatever. So we've done these storage locations where you have these automated vehicles driving around. So everything that has wheels can be analysed.
Yeah, so I've seen it with things like parking and those kind of things, but I've also seen it with airplanes.
Yeah, so the library of vehicles we have are very specific for countries. So we have a whole lot of country-specific vehicle libraries to meet legal requirements, but we have also a lot of specialist vehicles like special goods trucks or aircrafts or light rails or a wheelchair. That type of things are all part of the standard library we have, so we can accommodate as much analysis as possible for the different vehicles, let's say.
Okay.
So but that's only one part of the solution, right? So the second part that's in Autodesk vehicle tracking is a parking layout. Okay. So it is a tool that allows you within seconds or minutes to lay out a whole parking lot and getting feedback on the number of bays you have, the number of disabled and regular bays you require for that layout. And again, this is all standards driven. So if you lay out bays with the UK standards, they will have the correct dimensions, correct sizes, and correct paint stripes and all sorts of things.
So could that be used on, so obviously that's going to be used on external parking lots, but could that be used for internal parking as well?
Definitely.
Okay.
So there's the option to do parking lots with islands and pedestrian areas and entrances and all that sort of stuff, but you can simply say I just want to lay out the bays like in a parking garage, for instance. So definitely applicable for that as well.
Great, okay.
So and the last component to end up with that is a roundabout tool or roundabout design tool, which is only, to be completely honest, interesting when you have a plain AutoCAD, because the same tool is already available by default in Civil 3D and already part of InfraWorks as well. So the roundabout design you have in InfraWorks and in Civil 3D is basically the Autodesk vehicle tracking roundabout. So if you don't need vehicle tracking for that added capability in Civil 3D and InfraWorks.
So if you're doing your road layout design in AutoCAD, firstly look at Civil 3D, but if you can't, then do look at Vehicle Tracker as a way of adding on to that functionality. I think it's a really interesting one from my perspective, because I know when we spoke to contractors, it can be a whole bunch of things, either site access and understanding how lorries get round, through to understanding some of the stuff which might be left to them. So for example, parking layouts. How much time have you spent working out how wide each bay should be, and whether you've actually got space to turn round? I know I'm crap at parking, so it's one of the things of having those standards in place is something which is going to help you.
So there's one little thing I want to add before we close this video down, is that it works on AutoCAD, right? But there's a big advantage of running it on Civil 3D, because it will integrate with the Civil 3D objects. For instance, in your case, when you're talking about lorries driving around on sites, certainly if it's another flat area, you want to have ground collision detection as well. But then you need the integration with the Civil 3D surface. So it's adding capabilities or functionality to it that might be very useful.
Yeah. Because there's very little that's completely flat
exactly.
in the world.
So again, there's a big advantage in combining it with Civil 3D, because it integrates with the profiles, it integrates with the surfaces, so it all recognizes these elements. which gives you a more rich and a more complete analysis.
Great.
So again, and if you want to use two of these products, the AEC collection is the better choice anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so what I would say is, if you've not installed it and you have to do any of these tasks, or, even if you're thinking about looking at, doing this sort of work, then have a look at the AEC collection, have a look at these additional tools that you can get, like vehicle tracking. I've got a link for the AEC collection just here for you. And, any other questions, the AEC Bar at autodesk.com, or comment on this YouTube video, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.